Home selling advice you should ignore when you're getting ready to sell your house in Georgia. Let's talk about that. When you're getting ready to sell your house in Georgia, you may get advice from your friends and family. Well-intended, I am certain, about what you shouldn't do. And I've got 3 of them that you should completely ignore and 1 bonus for you. So let's dive in. The first big bad advice is waiting to spring in order to sell your house. I cannot tell you how many times I've had conversations with sellers on this very subject. They have a misconception in their mind that you should sell in the spring and summer versus the fall and winter. Now, although there is a little ebb and flow in the real estate market, meaning that in the spring and summer, there's more buyers out, this kind of has to do with school and people waiting till their kids get out of school so that then they can go and buy a house, versus the winter where you don't have as many buyers out and about. What you know about those buyers who are out and about during the wintertime is they are super serious. Otherwise, they wouldn't be out and about. And if you still don't believe me, I have some statistics to back it up. I pulled for our area from October 2023 to March 31st, 2024. So that's your 4th and your 1st quarter, typically your fall and winter, and compared it to April of 2024 all the way to September of 2024. So that is your 2nd and 3rd, so your spring and summer market, and compared the days on market. And the difference, guys, is 8 days. Last year, this time, days on the market was 33 days, and over last summer, it was 27. The second big bad mistake is pricing your house higher with the idea in mind of, well, we can always come down. Let's just see what happens. And the problem that in that logic is that buyers are pretty savvy. There is a lot of information on the internet. They can go look up and see what the house sold down the street. And they are comparing houses that give good benefits based on its value. So if you do price too high, they are going to bypass it because they don't think there's any value in the benefits that they're getting. Houses that are priced too high tends to have a higher day on market. The more days on market, the more the buyer questions, I wonder what's wrong with this house. Why won't it sell? When the only problem with the house is that it was overpriced to begin with. So our rule of thumb that we kind of go by is if we're not getting action immediately, or we're getting some action in the door and we haven't got an offer by 2 weeks in, then we might be a tick overpriced and need to lower that price so that we can get you as a seller moving quicker on to the next home or next adventure. The next big bad mistake is selling your house as is. Now, there is a time and place of selling a house as is. Because I special in probate, I do run across some houses that are in pretty poor condition, and we know our buyer pool is most likely going to be full of investors. And the people who have inherited the house, they may not have the money to fix it up. So price always overcomes conditions in those instances, and that might be one area where you can truly sell as is. But if you are going to try to sell your house and it's in relatively good condition and you're in competition with the other houses around you and you refuse to change out the carpet, or you refuse to make those paint colors neutral, or you refuse to make the repairs that are electrical, plumbing, some of those safety issues, then your house might be skipped by, or your buyer might back out of your contract to move on to somebody else who's a little bit more lenient in making those repairs. Now, of course, if you don't have money to make those repairs, there are companies out there that let you borrow money that you can pay at close, because you may have a lot of equity in your home to where you can pay that at close. Or you can give money over to the buyer so they can make those repairs. But thinking that in this market right now, in this day and age, selling as is, it's not a good strategy or good advice. Okay, I promised you a bonus tip, because although this may be bad advice, I want to be upfront and honest with you about open houses. Some people will say, well, open houses do not sell my house. And although I will say that the percentage of people who are going to buy on an open house, the one that they walk into, is very slim. I mean, I think it's like 1, maybe 2% of the buyers actually walk into an open house and wind up buying that home. It is an awesome tool for feedback. So if you are kind of stuck of like, why are we not getting offers? It's a great way to have the public come in and say what they like or what they don't like about a house. It's a way to invite the realtor community come in to see if they think the price is right for the house. So open houses can be a tool in selling. So rather than cutting your nose off to spite your face, because you don't think that a buyer will buy off of an open house, it is a great tool to get feedback. It is a great tool to build synergy around marketing that house. So we should not throw the baby out with the bathwater on this. Although you may not get your buyer from the open house, it is a good tool that you can utilize in getting feedback and helping you move forward in the selling process. Well, I hope these myths helped you out. And if you are in the greater Atlanta area, specifically on the south side, and you need help listing your house because you need to go to your next big grand adventure, feel free to reach out to us. We would be glad to help, and we will see you next time. Bye. Are you digging the kind of content I'm producing? Then be sure to watch this next video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way, you'll be in the know when I release my next video.